Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alya Safitri from class 11.5. I will tell one of the fairy tales entitled Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Once upon a time, a child was born of a fairy wise queen. The child was named Snow White. The queen died after giving birth to a daughter. 1 year after his birth, the king married again with beautiful woman. But her heart was in appearance at first. The queen had the magic mirror they can tell. The queen asked the magic mirror, "Oh mirror, how is me beautiful among a woman?" Mirror replied, "You are the most beautiful of all, O queen." The queen was proud of her beauty as the magic mirror never lay. Snow White was growing up in her beauty beyond queen's beauty. The queen was very jealous of her beauty. The sons of the queen, mother wanted to get rid of the Snow White. She told one of his men, bring Snow White into the forest to kill her and to kill her. But when he entered to kill Snow White, she couldn't ask the man to let her live and promised never to enter the place again. Queen's men fulfilled the request because they didn't have the heart to kill her. Then he searched for what had to take in his heart instead of Snow White her. Snow White then waded into the forest. In the forest, Snow White felt scared. She ran until her feet hurt. Then she put in a small house and went into it. She was rested with looking at the house. There were 7 pieces of bed and a kitchen in it, a lot smaller than normal size, starting from bed, table, caps, and etc. The princess fell asleep from her third. The householder came home. They are 7 dwarfs. They were surprised to see a young woman asleep in the house. They woken her and asked who she was. The princess was telling his story to the dwarf. Queen really happy to see evidence of the death of the Snow White. She asked the magic mirror, "Oh mirror, how is now the most beautiful of all?" Magic mirror replied, "You are the apprentice of our queen, but the Snow White, who lives with 7 dwarfs in the forest, is the most beautiful woman of all." The queen's very angry. She returned planning to kill Snow White. One day, she disguised an old lady and carried a basket containing poisoned apple. She went to the home of the dwarf while they were. She knocked on the door while offering an apple to Snow White. Snow White refused because she did not recognize the old lady. The old lady continued to force. The Snow White opened the door and received gift apple. Snow White finally opened the door and retrieved the apple. The queen went back happily to the castle. Snow White ate the poisoned apple and he fell down on the floor. When the 7 dwarfs came home, they were surprised to find Snow White was laying on the floor with an apple next to her. They were very sad to see the Snow White princess asleep. After that, the 7 dwarfs made a wonderful bed for Snow White. One day, a princess through the forest they led him to the dwarf house. He saw Snow princess sleeping in bed beautiful. The prince asked the dwarf about what happened to her. The dwarf was telling him all about the Snow White. The prince asked permission to the dwarf to bring Snow White to the place so she can be treated by the royal visit, but no one can warn her. The prince finally gave up and kissed the Snow White because he loved her so much. Suddenly, the Snow White awoke. Actually, the core of the poison that was given by the evil queen is the kiss of man who loved her with all his heart. The prince will then propose for the Snow White to become her queen, and Snow White accepted happily. They lived happily with 7 dwarfs in the place ever and after. Thank you for listening and listening to my video.